Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Kampong Kid Live, where we talk about coconuts, the universe, and everything else in between. For those of you who've not met me before, I'm Douglas, Kampong Kid, and in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to take a look at some of the questions, some of the comments, some of the topics that may come up, and I will do my best. I'll do my best to give a perspective and opinion, and insight, and response, and we'll see what comes up. I'm surprised every week. Let's take a look. Who's online? Good evening, all of you. Nay Nguyen, good evening. Don Nay, Don Nay. So I've learned that sometimes DOAN is pronounced Yon. It depends. You need a line in between, but there's no line, so I don't know whether it's Yon or Don. So Yon or Don Nay. Teng Yin Nguyen. Ngan Tran, good evening, all of you. Very nice to see all of you again. Indo, Duk Tuan, Lei Song Wee Na. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. So let's start and let's take a look. First question of the evening: how to escape? So that's P*RN, because we don't know. We don't know what YouTube is going to do with this video. How to escape porn addiction? Why? Why do you want to escape? So as I usually do, I'll break it down. Three keywords, right? The three keywords is escape, porn, and addiction. What is porn? What is porn, and what is porn, and why will we get addiction? Why would one get addicted to porn, and why do you want to escape? So what's porn? I talk about addiction. I talk about addiction first. So when we are addicted to something, usually we start to depend on it a lot. Of course, the thing I always say, right? So no good, no bad. So I'll start. No good, no bad, no right, no wrong. Whatever I'm going to tell you, no good, no bad, no right, no wrong. It either works for you or it works against you, and you can do whatever it is that you want in your life. Do whatever it is that you want in your life. Is your life. Who cares what other people think? So I create that context. Do whatever you want. Is your life. Who cares what other people think? The only thing I will say is don't harm anyone. Whatever it is you want to do, up to you. There are consequences, but regardless of what the consequences are, don't hurt or harm another person, including yourself. So I'm going to create that as a premise. Do whatever you want. It's your life. There are consequences. Deal with the consequences. Regardless of whatever the consequences are, don't hurt or harm anyone, including yourself. So get that out of the way. So let's take a look at addiction. Addiction. What is an addiction? Addiction, if we look at the dictionary definition, it's something that we start to depend on. It's something that we start to depend on that may be detrimental to us, or that may have a negative impact on us. So what are some forms of addiction? Alcohol addiction. Substance addiction. When we take something, and usually it starts off in a very innocent way. Painkillers. Use example. Painkillers. Why do we take painkillers? Why do we take painkillers? Because we are in pain and we want to. So painkillers kill the pain, right? So we take painkillers because we are in pain and we want to get rid of the pain. Simple. So we are in pain, whatever that pain is, we take the painkillers, the pain goes away. And so, wow, life can be good. Life can be good because there's no pain.
Some of us experience chronic pain. Some of us experience acute pain that's temporary. Okay, so then so it's easy. Okay, it's easy when we have temporary pain. You take the painkillers. Okay, it helps us. It takes away the pain. Okay, and the thing I want to say is that it doesn't address it doesn't address. Okay, painkillers don't address, more often than not. Okay, painkillers don't address the root cause of the pain. It just takes away the symptom, which is the pain. Okay, so there may be something that's wrong. Okay, something that's not working. Okay, with our health. Okay, that's causing us pain. Okay, when we take painkillers, okay, it takes away the pain. Okay, but it doesn't take away the cause of the pain. So when we stop taking painkillers, the pain comes back. So what's more important? Okay, it's not to take the painkillers, but to address the root cause of the pain. Okay, what's causing us that pain? Okay, whatever that's going on with our body. Okay, and when we address the root issue, okay, the pain stops. Okay, so pain is just our body's way of telling us, hey, something's not right. Okay, something's not working. Okay, there's a problem that needs to be solved. Okay, so physical pain, something happening with us physically, pain comes out. We take painkillers, take away the pain, doesn't address the thing. We stop taking painkillers, the thing comes back. Okay, but if we take care of the disease, the illness, whatever it is, the pain goes away. I mean, the problem is we don't address the root cause. Okay, and we experience pain and we keep taking painkillers. We become dependent on the painkiller, but it doesn't heal us. Okay, it doesn't heal us. It doesn't make us feel better, but instead it causes us to continue to have to take that painkiller. We become dependent on it in order to be able to function normally, in order not to experience pain, so that we can do the things that we need to do in our lives. Okay, so that's one form of addiction. Okay, a dependence. Okay, again, it's not right or wrong. Okay, it's not right or wrong. It's just a dependence. Okay, and it is a solution. Okay, it is a solution because sometimes some people experience chronic pain for whatever the reason is. Okay, their state of health, a disease, and the only way to manage that, okay, is with painkillers. And of course, the problem is when then we start using painkillers, okay, to deal with all sorts of things without addressing the root issue. Okay, in the long term, okay, the problem persists and the negative consequences. Okay, our health might deteriorate, right? So that's physical pain. Okay, so that's emotional pain. Right, emotional pain that we go through. Okay, and sometimes, and what do we do? So we take other substance. Okay, people, why do people take alcohol? Okay, to feel good, to get the high, to get whatever it is. Of course, you feel shit after that. But people do that. Okay, people who have things that they need to deal with. Okay, that the problems that they can't deal with, that don't go away in their lives. Because of whatever reason. Okay, I don't have a judgment. Okay, but sometimes there are circumstances that make it difficult for people to deal with some issues. Bad decisions, marry the wrong person. Okay, so I don't say that's okay. No, okay, not right or wrong in that sense, but the wrong person in the sense that it's not working. Okay, it's not working. Okay, got married with that person for reasons that in the end, in the long term, didn't work. Okay, didn't resolve, didn't address all the issues, and then got married and then had to deal with stuff, or not prepared. Okay, and everything else in between. Okay, have to deal with people at work. Okay, have to deal with people at work because still need to go to work. Okay, to earn a living, and then in order to go to work and earn a living, we need to deal with that to the boss, okay, or manager or colleagues or whatever it is, doing things that we don't like, okay, doing things that we don't like, okay, that we dread, okay, that's causing stress, emotional trauma, whatever it is. End of the day, go have a few drinks and forget, okay, and then we become, okay, then it becomes a dependence. Okay, so there are all sorts of addictions. Okay, and usually it starts because there is a need, okay, to be able to cope with things happening in life. Okay, and the need becomes so constant, so much of a dependence that we can't get rid of it, and then eventually it leads to deterioration of our quality of life. Okay, so that's how I will see addiction. Okay, how the negative impact, of addiction. Okay, is there a positive impact of addiction? What can you be what can you be addicted to? Okay, what can one be addicted to? Okay, that can have a positive impact. Can I say, okay, I'm just thinking, okay, can I say I'm addicted to love? I'm addicted to love, okay? And if I'm addicted to love, I'm always looking for love, okay? Looking for people to love me, looking for people to love, okay? And, okay, is there, does it work? Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it creates a certain unhealthy dependency. Okay, so usually when we talk about addiction, okay, usually it doesn't, okay, it leads to situations that are not healthy, okay, that are detrimental to our life, to our way of living, to the things that we actually want to do in our life. So that's addiction. Okay, porn. Let's talk about porn. Now, porn is controversial. Okay, so what is porn? Okay, look at definition. What is porn? Porn is when people create content. Okay, can be all sorts of content, right? When people create content that is sexual in nature. Okay, when content creators create content that is sexual in nature, which is intended to arouse certain thoughts, emotions, and feelings that are sexual in nature. So we call that porn. Once upon a time, okay, has porn always existed? Yeah, porn has always existed because there's always a market. There has always, okay, that's not always been okay. So okay, I actually don't know. I actually don't know the history of porn, but to me, okay, things get created because there is a market. Okay, there is a supply. There is a supply because there is a demand. Okay, there's always a supply because there's a demand. If there's no demand, okay, the supply will stop. Okay, so obviously, okay, apparently, with the amount of porn that is available today, there certainly is demand. Okay, except that it's something that most people don't talk about. Okay, most people are sheepish about it. But okay, just because I'll say this, just because people don't talk about it, okay, it doesn't mean that it's not happening, right? Okay, it's just that for whatever reason, okay, the environments that we live in are not conducive. That's the word. Are not conducive or programming or whatever it is. Okay. There seems to be some level of judgment. Okay, for in mainstream society. Okay, about what porn is, good or bad. Okay. But porn is just porn. Okay, porn is just content. Okay. People create romantic, okay, I talk about, okay, so sexual in nature, right, that evokes certain thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Okay, you watch a romantic comedy, or you watch a romance movie. Okay, you watch a romance movie, okay, then it evokes thoughts, emotions, and feelings that are romantic. You watch a thriller, okay, then it gets you really anxious and nervous and excited. You watch horror movie, it scares the shit out of you. Okay, thoughts, feelings. So it's just different forms of content that generate different thoughts, different forms of thought, emotions, and feelings. Okay, you watch a comedy, it makes you laugh, right? So porn is just a category of content, okay, that evokes certain thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Okay, but I think the thing that makes porn very controversial is because there seems to be a moralistic attachment, okay, that makes porn good or bad. Okay, but if we take that away, you know, for humans, our sexuality, okay, our sexuality is one of the fundamental qualities of who we are. Okay, our sexuality, okay, allows us to reproduce and propagate and continue the human race. Okay, but nobody teaches us, okay, about sex. Okay, it's not taught. Okay, I don't know about where you guys are, but it was not taught in school. Okay, so there is some theory, okay, in biology, okay, about how the human body functions, and that's the difference between the male body and the female body, and a very, very technical approach, okay, to how physically, okay, how we function. Okay, but where do you learn? Okay, where do you learn to have good sex? Okay, so I talk about games, right? I talk about games, and one of the games that we get into, okay, most of us get into, is the relationship game. Okay, and the relationship game, part of the relationship game is the sexual game. Okay, there is no relationship game that does not include the sexual game. Okay, I'm talking about romantic relationship. Okay, not your. Okay. Anyway, okay. I don't have a right or wrong, whatever. However, okay. But in a romantic partner relationship, it is unlikely. Okay, it is unlikely unless it is not a real relationship. Okay, it is unlikely that there is no sex game. Okay, it is unlikely there's no sex game. And so this nobody, where do you learn how to play this game? Okay, I talk about this, right? You want to learn how to in any game. Before you get into the game, you need to understand the mechanics of the game. What is this game? How does this game work? Okay, and obviously, okay, our bodies, the human physique, okay, is made in such a way that allows us to play the game in a certain way that is optimal, that gives us an optimal experience of the game. Okay, that will give us that's good experience, that's bad experience, but it gives us an experience of the game. But in order to play the game, okay, so you understand the mechanics of the game. In order to play the game well, okay, so there's an outcome, right? And what's the outcome? Okay, making babies aside. Okay, making babies aside, okay, the outcome of the game, okay, is to experience immense pleasure. Okay, not only immense pleasure, but amazing sexual pleasure. Okay, that's the result, right? That's why you will that's why you will go and play the sex game. Okay, but in order to get that type of result, okay, you need knowledge, skills, and tools. I talk about this. Okay, you need, like any other game that you play, you need knowledge, skills, and tools. So where do you get the knowledge? Okay, so you can't get the knowledge in school. Okay, you can't get the knowledge in school. Right? Where do you get the tools? Okay, they don't talk about the tools in school. Okay, where do you learn the skills? Definitely not in school. Okay, not the educational institute that we come from. So a lot of people get into the game. Okay, okay, and okay. To be fair, also, okay, that you can play. Okay, you can play the sex game without being in a relationship game. Okay, just to be fair. Okay, on its own. Okay, but if you play the relationship game, it is likely that the sex game is going to be part of the relationship game. Okay, but you can certainly play the sex game without playing the relationship game, because relationship game is long term. Okay, requires a lot more. Okay, requires a lot more commitment, a lot more knowledge, skills, and tools. Requires a lot more whatever it is to play that relationship game. Some people just want to play the sex game without playing the relationship game. Fine, no good or bad, no right or wrong. But you want to play the game, okay, and you want to get a good result. Okay, you need to have the knowledge, skills, and tools. But not enough. Not enough. Okay, knowledge, skills, and tools not enough. You need to practice, right? You need to practice, because you will make mistakes, and then you need to correct before you eventually become a master of that game. Okay, to be able to get the result that you want. Where do you learn that? Where do you learn that? Okay, so it seems that there's content. Okay, so there's content. Okay, there's content out there. Okay, that we can acquire knowledge, skills, and tools. Okay, but cannot practice, right? Cannot practice and correct. So you need to find people to practice with. But it gives you knowledge, skills, and tools. Okay, it gives you knowledge, skills, and tools to play the game well. Okay, and I've talked to friends, I've talked to people, I've heard stories as well where people get into the game for the first time. Okay, especially young people, they get into the first game in the first time, they don't know how to play. They don't know how to play, and then it's a disaster. Okay, they don't know how to play, and they do all the wrong things. They do all the wrong things. Okay, they make mistakes. Okay, and then there are consequences. The consequences to those mistakes, and sometimes the consequences to those mistakes, okay, are things that happen. Okay, that they're not prepared for. Okay, one of the sad things that a lot of people get into play the game and they don't know how to play the game. They don't play the game properly, and then the unwanted pregnancies result. Okay, so I think it's important. Okay, it's important to actually talk about a thing, okay, without making it wrong. Okay, and for a lot of people, it seems, okay, especially my generation, that sex is taboo. Okay, sex is hidden. Sex is wrong. We don't talk about sex. Okay, and you don't talk about sex to your kids, or the parents don't know how to talk to the kids about sex. Okay, and then they skirt around the issue, and then what do the kids do? The kids have to learn from elsewhere. Okay, have to learn to experiment. Okay, make mistakes, find people to practice with. Okay, and then and then disaster. So I don't think it's just content. Okay, so porn is just content. Okay, that is created, okay, with a certain intent. And I must say that unlike any other type of content, okay, if you talk about, okay, don't talk about written content, because written content, we can make up anything. Okay, once upon a time when we used to write, we can make up anything because it's just words. Okay, and then people started making videos. People started making video content, okay, of porn. Okay, once upon a time before the internet, okay, you guys probably cannot imagine a world without internet. Okay, I can tell you what the world without internet was. Okay, people had video cassettes. Okay, people have video cassettes and other ways. Okay, there's no broadcast. There's no broadcast. Is there broadcast porn? Okay, not that I know of. Okay, growing up, okay, public TV, no broadcast porn because sex is taboo. Okay, sex is cannot. Okay, but was there sexual video content? Yes, there was. Okay, and in order to make sexual video content, you need actors, right? Okay, and I have utmost respect. Okay, I have utmost respect. Okay, for people who act in porn videos. Okay, because so before I talk about why I have utmost respect, I want to take a step back. Okay. So we all have standards, okay? We all have fantasies, okay? We all have an idea, okay, of what good looking looks like to us, right? We all do, okay? We all have a concept of what is good looking to us, okay? And for each of us, good looking looks different. There are people, okay? There are people we consider beautiful physically, okay? Physically, who have the looks, okay, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, the shape of the face, the hair, the body, okay, tall, short, okay, big, small, whatever, all sorts of shapes and sizes, okay, that we consider beautiful, okay, and for each of us it looks different, okay, but generally, we have also been programmed. Okay, we've also been programmed by media, by the environment, and all that, on what the standards of good looking looks like. Okay, that you need to be a certain height, you need to be of a certain build, you need to have a certain whatever it is. Okay, so you look at and of course that this also changes. Okay, this also changes over time depending on and culture, okay, whether you're Asian or Western or everything else in between, black, white, yellow, purple, whatever color. Okay, so we all have standards of what we consider beautiful, okay, generally as well. Okay, and people who fit into that mold, okay, are considered fit into the mold, right? They become the models, the actors, and okay, not actors, all sorts of shapes and sizes. Okay, but the models seem to have a certain look, right? Models seem to have a certain look that so that they can sell, right? So that they can sell based on how they look. Now, porn actors, okay, people who create sexual content, okay, are one notch higher. Okay, they need to have that appeal, okay, that will draw an audience. Okay, but more than that, okay, more than having the looks to be able to play a role in a sexual movie, okay, video. Okay, I'll say more about the different types of videos later. Okay, more than that, okay, it takes a tremendous amount of courage. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to be willing to be naked, okay, for the world to see. Okay, so somebody asked me. I think we in one of our my other shows. Ouch. Okay, ouch my life. Okay, it used to be ouch my money. We were talking about generating using content to generate cash, and of course one of the ways to generate content that can create cash is to create porn, right? Is to create porn because the internet gives us access to an international market. It gives us access to all sorts of people, and if we are able to create that type of content, okay, there'll be consumers, okay, that there will be a market. So we're talking about it, and we were saying, okay, so would we do porn videos? And of course, you know, in recent years, there's a particular website, okay, that was created, that was set up for content creators to sell their content, all sorts of content. Okay, they can sing a song, they can dance, they can make all sorts of videos, basically create content and then get subscribers. Okay, get subscribers who will pay for that content. It could be somebody cooking, okay, somebody who's I don't know, doing all sorts of things. Okay, painting a house, decorating, or whatever it is. Okay, make a video, sing a song, dance. And a group of people discovered that they can also do sexual videos and sell content. Okay, and they were very, very successful. Okay, they were very, very successful. Okay, in getting an audience. Okay, to pay a subscription for their type of content. And so we also was talking to my other co-hosts on Ouch My Life, Ouch My Money, and we were saying, okay, so is that something that we'll consider doing? So we talked about it and saying, yeah, I don't have a judgment. Okay, so I maybe I would know, but my problem is I don't have the courage. I don't have courage, and number two, certainly I don't have the looks, so cannot fail. But anyway, so what I was saying is that it takes a tremendous amount of courage. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to be able to be willing to be naked. Okay, and it certainly takes a certain type of look. Okay, and not everyone is able to do that. So not everyone is able to do that. So and oh my God, I tell you, oh my God. Okay, some of these people, okay, we call them porn stars. They're called porn stars. Okay, they're called porn stars for a reason. Okay, because of their looks, because of their how they demonstrate the sexual abilities, talents, okay, and everything else in between. Okay, which I'm not going to say because this is public. Okay, I've already said a lot, but this is public, public video. People, oh my God, no, oh my God. Okay, it takes so much. Okay, I see people. Sometimes I see terrible. You know, sometimes I see people and say, oh, this person is so good looking. Okay, so good looks is subjective, right? But this person has the looks. Okay, this person has the looks. Okay, to be a porn star. Okay, this person has the looks to be a porn star. Okay, so terrible, right? Okay, but that's what it is. that's what it is. Okay, it takes a certain it takes certain qualities, okay, for people that people have, okay, in order to be able to do all that. Okay, then so nothing wrong with porn. Go and watch porn. Get the education. Get the education. You may learn things. So you may learn things that you may not learn anywhere else. Okay, you may expand your reality box. Okay, of everything that you can possibly do that nobody else will talk to you about. Okay, nobody else will talk to you about. Okay, okay, but that's still observer, right? Still have to find partner to practice. Then you have to find willing partner. Okay, but maybe okay, maybe with the knowledge skills, and tools, okay, knowledge skills and tools that you learn, okay, maybe it'll be easier to find partners because okay, the guarantee is okay, it's not guaranteed because then you may actually have good sex. Okay, but all that aside, all that aside, I also get that there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference between how a man views sex and how a woman views sex. Okay, we are different. Okay, as much as both of us, both men and women are human, I understand. Okay, I cannot speak for a woman because I'm a man. Okay, so I can only speak for men. Okay, men view sex a certain way. Okay, and men have to deal with very little consequence. Okay, women have to deal with more consequence. Okay, which is the possibility of getting pregnant. Okay, and then that is a consequence that has got serious long-term effect. Okay, and I from conversations with women, okay, I also understand that there's greater emotional attachment, okay, to sexual acts for women than it is for men. Okay, I don't know if that's the truth. Okay, I know that there is something that I've heard. Okay, but regardless, okay, sexual acts between men and women, okay, are okay. People place all sorts of judgments and make all sorts of meaning, okay, on heterosexual sex, okay, or it used to be more anyway. I think it used to be more anyway with my generation, okay, the younger generation. I don't know because I'm not the younger generation. But the thing is, I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary, okay, to regardless, okay, to be educated, okay, to be educated and to know what's out there, okay. One life, right? One life. If you don't experience it, you don't experience it in this lifetime, where are you going to experience it? But whilst I talk about that for heterosexual couples, okay, or heterosexual individuals, okay, who have sex a certain way, okay, then there's LGBTQ plus, okay, who have a different view of sex, okay, which is purely, okay, more often than not purely with pleasure in mind. Okay, the intent is pleasure. Okay, sometimes it is acts of love. Okay, but very often, okay, men are very okay, men can have sex and don't have to deal with consequences. Disease aside. But whatever it is, okay, got to learn from somewhere, right? Got to learn from somewhere. So porn, nothing wrong. Okay, nothing, totally, absolutely nothing wrong. No good, no bad, no right, no wrong. Then we talk about addiction. Okay, addiction to porn. Why do people get addicted to porn? Why do people get addicted to porn? I must drink water first. Because maybe when we do something that gives us pleasure, okay, when we do something, I don't just mean sex. When we do something that gives us a tremendous amount of pleasure, okay, there are chemical reactions that occur in our body that make us feel good. Okay, that make us feel happy, that make us feel good, that make us give us a high and all that, and those are nice feelings. Okay, those are nice feelings, and sometimes we want those nice feelings. Okay, and some people say that you can get the same good feelings, same good pleasurable nice high feelings from a good gym workout. Okay, you 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 work out your body in a certain way. You push it, you pump it, and wow. Okay, when the adrenaline flows, endorphins and everything. Okay, wow, it gives you that high. Okay, so that people who are addicted to go to gym. Okay, for the same reason. And then they need to go to gym. Okay, every day. Okay, otherwise they're going to feel miserable. So it fulfills a need. So it fulfills a need. It gives us something that we are looking for. Um, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem when it interferes with other things in our life. Okay, it interferes with other things that we want to do in our life. Okay, when if okay, and if you know that every day, life becomes preoccupied about the next video, the next porn movie, the next whatever it is. Okay, and the only thing you're looking forward to every day is some porn clip and whatever feelings that you get from that, and it interferes with your normal functioning of life, then it's time to take a step back and take a look. Okay, if that is working. Okay, if that's working. Okay, but sometimes, so I don't have a judgment, and I cannot say that I know the circumstance of everyone. Okay, I can't. Okay, but whatever it is, sometimes people are stuck between a hard and a rock place. Okay, sometimes it's the only outlet that they have. Sometimes it's the only available channel to get that kind of emotion. Okay, sometimes is yeah. There may not be other channels available, and then people become dependent on it. Okay, I guess it's knowing. Okay, it's knowing when it starts to interfere with life, and we need to and take a step back. Okay, to reassess. Okay, to reassess what it is, because we can only solve a problem when we recognize it as a problem. Okay, if we don't see it as a problem, nothing solved, right? Nothing is solved because it's not a problem. But we can but if it's a problem, then it's taking a step back. Okay, and reassessing. Okay, about what's happening, and then making a decision. Okay, on other alternatives available. Sometimes, not sometimes. Okay, so porn in the end is still fantasy. It's not real. Okay, it's not real. It can create all sorts of. Okay, it can evoke all sorts of things. Okay, thoughts, um, and fantasies. Okay, for us, but in the end, it is still not real. Okay, and sometimes these fantasies overtake the reality of life, right? Sometimes it's not possible. It's not possible to match in real life. Okay, what you watch on porn, in porn videos. Okay, and um I'm not saying stop. I'm not saying stop. I'm saying that strike a balance. Okay, strike a balance. Um, get what you need. Okay, get what you need in a healthy way. Okay. Okay, Charlie is waking up. Charlie's sleeping down here. Yeah. So no good. Okay, no good, no bad. Okay, about porn, it is what it is. It is content. Okay, and I realize I spent a lot of time talking about this. Okay, it is just content. Okay, it's just content, and I think the world is also changing. We used to have a lot more judgment. Okay, because of all sorts of things. But I think the world is changing. People are becoming a lot more open to it. Okay, so no good, no bad, right? Okay, only when it becomes a problem. Okay, and then reassess. Okay, reassess and decide. Okay, uh, if there are other things. Okay, if there are things that matter. If there are other things that yeah, usually it's escapism, right? So what are you escaping from? Okay, start taking a look at that. Is it a pain that you're trying to mask because of whatever, and the payoff, okay, the pleasure that you get from watching porn, okay, overrides this other pain. What is that? Okay, is that something that can be resolved? Okay, what needs to be done, and stop escaping, right? Okay, so stop escaping from those things. Okay, stop escaping from those things. Okay, address those things, and if you still need a healthy dose of porn, go and get your content fix, your porn sexual fix. Okay, do it in a healthy way. No, 40 minutes, right? 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I hear that watching porn makes people less intelligent. I don't know. I never heard that. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. Okay, people say all sorts of things about porn. You know for yourself. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if it makes us smarter or more intelligent, but it certainly expands reality box. It certainly expands reality box. It certainly will give you knowledge, skills, and tools that you will not get anywhere else. You can't practice. Okay, you can't. Okay, maybe I don't know if you are with your partner and you want to learn something, turn it into an educational session. Watch porn. Okay, watch porn and practice together. That's up to you. Do what works. Okay, do what works. Okay, whatever we hear. Okay, whatever we hear is whatever we hear. Okay, people will always have opinions. Okay, including me. Okay, you don't have to take my opinion about this. It is my opinion. It's my perspective. Okay, I'm saying that there's nothing right or wrong. Do what works for you. Get what you need to get. Okay, do it in a healthy way. Don't hurt or harm anyone in the process. And maybe as a result of learning knowledge, skills, and tools, right? Even if you're not more intelligent, oh my god, if you can have greater sex, right? Okay, who needs intelligence? Okay, kidding. Kidding. I don't think it's the same thing. Okay, I don't see how, okay, personally, I don't see how, okay, sexual content makes us more stupid. Because it's a different thing. Okay, you can, okay, if you maybe, okay, maybe you, if you're so preoccupied with watching porn, okay, and okay, there's good porn, bad porn, okay, there's good porn, bad porn. What's good porn, what's bad porn? Okay, good porn, okay, means, okay, good actors do it well. Okay, bad porn is, oh my god, you watch, you don't want to watch. Maybe you spend so much time watching, okay, maybe someone spends so much time watching porn, okay, then neglect feeding her brain with other types of content. Maybe, okay, then balance, okay, go and feed your brain with intel with other types of content besides porn. Why I found the way to sex by myself and then I don't feel okay. Okay, is that a problem? If you find a way to pleasure yourself without needing somebody else, you can do it anytime. You can do it. You can do it anytime. You don't need anyone. Okay, you don't need anyone, okay, to give you pleasure. I think that's amazing. Okay, if you're able if you're able to pleasure yourself, okay, without needing someone else. And sometimes it's simpler, right? Because no consequence, no consequence, no consequence to deal with. Okay, get it done over with, and you know, and the thing I know about sexual acts, right? Okay, we have all this okay, we have all this sexual energy that needs to be released. Okay, don't pretend that we don't. We all have sexual energy that we need to release. Okay, just as we have all sorts of other energies that we need to release. Okay, we have physical energy that we need to utilize. Okay, otherwise we grow fat. Okay, we have physiologically, okay, the man will produce sperm. okay, that they need to release. Okay, if they don't release, it becomes very, very painful. Okay, it becomes very, very painful. Okay, and it's just gonna be released. Okay, and sometimes, okay, if it's not released, okay, it is detrimental to their health because it creates all sorts of other problems. Okay, I don't know. I cannot speak for women. Okay, I cannot speak for women because I'm not a woman. I don't know what a woman goes through. Okay, I don't know if women have the same needs that men do. Okay, so the thing is, we cannot find someone to have a we cannot find someone to practice with all the time. Okay, then what you do? Okay, so do nothing, right? Okay, do nothing, and then what? Okay, and then do you? What do people do? So if you're able to give yourself pleasure, okay, then do it. Nothing wrong. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong, okay, about that. Okay, okay, if you can find someone, okay, but sometimes there's things that you might knowledge skills and tools knowledge skills and tools that you acquire that you need to practice with someone else that you can't do yourself. Then you just have to find someone else to do it, someone else to practice with you. I okay, in any case, in the end, okay, it's about balance. Okay, it's about balance, and I think there's far too much judgment. Okay, far too much judgment um about it. Okay, but again, okay, I'm speaking as a man, which is very, very different. Which is very, very different from a perspective of a woman. Maybe you should get a woman to talk about sex and porn in the same way. Okay, and then you get a different perspective from a woman. Okay, so I can't give you that. Okay, I can't give you that. Okay, but fundamentally, if you're able to pleasure yourself, then go pleasure yourself. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, but do have a healthy balance. Okay, if you're then also all sorts of other questions come to mind, right? Okay, whether so what if you have a so what if you don't have so what if you're not in a relationship? What do you do? Okay, what do you do? Okay, then okay, nowadays I think there are things there are sexual partners. Okay, sexual partners, fuck buddies. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone not supposed to say the word on YouTube. Okay, F buddies. Okay, F buddies. Okay, that you just practice with. You just practice with. Okay, but you're not in a relationship. They're friends with benefits. Okay, so you practice with, but you are just friends. Okay, with benefits. And all sorts of things in between. Okay. Then of course there are sex workers. Okay, sex workers that men. Okay, I really don't know. I really cannot talk about women, okay, because from a man's perspective, there are sex workers that I know that are available, okay, that men, heterosexual men, okay, actually not true, okay, because can be straight or gay, doesn't matter because they're sex workers, okay, sex workers are doing a great job, okay, but stay safe, okay, stay safe, do it in a healthy way, okay, but in a lot of environments, in a lot of countries, in a lot of uh, yeah, in a lot of countries, okay, sex work is there's a lot of judgment. Okay, there's a lot of judgment about sex work, especially for people who are doing it out of desperation. Okay, they don't really want to do it, but they're doing it just for the money. Okay, but it's not wrong. Okay, it is a way to earn a living. It is a way to earn a living, to be able to put food on the table, to have roof over their head, clothes to wear, in ways that they may not otherwise know. Okay, unless they learn how to make um videos and get subscribers. But there is a way that the world works. Okay, and maybe if it's legitimatized, okay, if it's legal, okay, sex workers, porn, or whatever it is, that allow people to get pleasure in legitimate healthy ways, maybe you will have less sex crimes, right? men or women, okay, who have no other outlets, who have no other means of expressing themselves, of releasing that sexual energy, okay, who then impose on other people, okay, men who rape women, okay, or women who rape men, okay, because they have no other outlet, okay, they have no other way that they know how to play the game, okay, maybe because there's no channel to be able to do all this, that's why all these sexual crimes get committed. And if we are able to look at this as just any other sport, okay, let's go and have sex, okay, let's go swimming, let's go cycling, let's go trekking, let's go rock climbing, let's go have sex, okay, in the same breath, okay, with no judgment, maybe it will solve some of society's problems. Okay, maybe our ability to pleasure ourselves, okay, will reduce our need to look for partners, other people, okay, to have sex with. But sometimes, like I say, like, okay, some things cannot do yourself. Okay, you have to find partner to practice with. Yeah, but okay, jokes aside. Okay, jokes aside. It's always to me. It's always the world is not perfect. Okay, the world is not perfect, and there are lots of problems. Okay, there are lots of problems that we have on this planet today. Okay, and one of the problems that we have is all these taboo sexual things. Okay, that people have judgment. Okay, that's made right or wrong, and then we can't talk about it. We can't address. Okay, one of our fundamental basic needs that we have as humans. Okay, and then that creates a problem. Maybe we just need to have more healthy conversations about this. Maybe we need to look at the world in a different way. Maybe we need to look at how to make this normal. Okay, how to make this normal, how to make this healthy, how to make this not a problem. Okay, but always in a balance. I really don't know if I'm making sense because I've just I've never thought about this openly like this before because nobody has ever asked me a question like this before. Okay, but that's what it is. That's what it is to me. Which source? I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe it's a question I need to Google and see what Google tells me. But I think I think there is an emergence. So now I'm digging back in my memories. There is an emergence of content creators who are more open, okay, who call themselves okay, who I guess actually talk about this in a more expert manner than I do. There are sex coaches. I think there are sex coaches. Maybe go and Google sex coach, sex therapist. I think that sex therapists. There are okay, but I don't know if it's good educational content. Okay, I don't know if it's good educational content. But I am sure. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I actually don't know for sure. Okay, maybe there are sex. I've never Googled. Okay, I've never Googled sex teacher. Okay, or sex educational content. Okay, but the thing is, you don't want to get knowledge, skills, and tools. You don't want to get technique. You want to get technical knowledge. Okay, technical knowledge. Okay, technical knowledge. What I mean by technical knowledge is the mechanics. Okay, the mechanics of the act of what happens and all that. Very boring. Okay, that's my judgment. Okay, that's my judgment. That's very boring. I actually don't know because I've never seen any of that type of content. Okay, but I'm assuming that you will find a fair amount of technical content. I'm sure that it's literature. Okay, what comes to mind right now is Kama Sutra. Okay, Kama Sutra is the different ways to different positions to have sexual engagement or connection. I am sure. Okay, I'm sure there is content. I'm sure there is content that teaches different things, the techniques, the skills, the tools you need, the precaution, the preparation. I guess. Okay, I'm guessing that there must be some form of content out there. Okay, I've never looked for this content. So go so go Google. But how do you know? How do you know it's good? How do you know it's good? If it works, if it makes sense, if it's something that you can utilize. Okay, so there's no good or bad, right? So there's no good or bad. It's just content that you need to assess, because what's good for one person may be not good for another person, or what's good for another person may be bad, because we are all made differently. We enjoy different things. We have different views and perspectives of what our ideal sex partner is. Some of us like one other person. Some of us like to do it in groups. So I don't think there's a one size fits all good sex education content. Okay, I think you need to look for what makes sense. What makes sense to you that fits your need. That fits your need. Okay, and I tell you, maybe when you start looking, you might even discover things that you like that you didn't even know existed before. Okay, so it's going to be expansion. Okay, so it's going to be expansion of reality box. If you just go Google, good sex education, or what is good sex. I don't know. Okay, and see what you find. Okay, but the thing is, one life, and time is passing. Okay, our only enemy. Okay, the thing I always say, our only enemy is time. Okay, our only enemy is time, and unfortunately, sex is one of those things at this present moment, at this point in time. Okay, something that we cannot just go out and say, hey, can we have sex? Can you? I don't know. Okay, some people. Okay, but for there are I think, okay, today there are lots of apps. Okay, lots of apps that are around. Okay, to find sex partners. Okay, people to practice with. But it is a wild west world. Okay, it is an environment. Okay, if you I think these apps can be dangerous. Okay, if you don't know how to play the game, also. Okay, because you don't know you don't know who's on the other side. Okay, you don't know who's on the other side, and there are crazy people around. Okay, so I wouldn't advocate or recommend a sex app. Then where else to look for sex partner, right? Okay, maybe one day when we're all open enough to talk about all these things, or if you've got people that you're comfortable talking to with, and I don't know, okay, places to go to, okay, you have to assess. Okay, you have to assess what's available. Do it safely. Okay, do it safely. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. I don't know what safety means in different environments. Okay, but okay, these apps. Okay, even if you want, even if you want to explore, please explore very carefully. okay, is a little more is a little easier for men. Okay, I'm very biased. Okay, I'm very biased. Okay, I tend to be concerned about women not being able to take care of themselves. Okay, but I don't know if that's the case. Okay, because I hear a lot of stories, I read a lot of stories out there, and safety is a concern. But for men, we can protect. Okay, most men can protect ourselves. Okay, we can walk away. Okay, we can walk away. Physically, we are more prepared to handle a lot of things. That sometimes I think women are not. Okay, but again, I'm speaking in a very very biased way. Okay, I don't know if that's true. Okay, whatever it is, expand your reality box. Expand your reality box. Decide what you want. Okay, decide what you want based on what's available. Okay, I'm terrible, right? I tell you, if your parents watch me say this, I'm going to get banned. Okay, ban. No more watching Kampong Kid. No more watching Kampong Kid live. Maybe YouTube will ban me. I don't know. Whatever I'm saying. But you have to decide. You have to decide. I guess you have to decide. You have to decide what you want. You have to decide what works for you. Whatever it is, do it in a safe way. Do it in a safe way. When in doubt, don't do it. When in doubt, don't do it. When in doubt, don't do it. You do it in a safe way. Don't hurt anyone. Don't harm anyone. And enjoy the life that you have. Okay, oh no, the boyfriend, the boyfriend my ban. No more watching Kampong Kid Live. Anyway, it's controversial. Okay, it's controversial. Some people talk about it. Some people don't. Some people make it wrong. Some people are okay with it. And there's everyone else in between. I hope that okay, and whatever I shared, okay, really is a perspective. Okay, it's a perspective of from a man, okay, and a perspective from a gay man, which is also different from a perspective of I don't know how straight men think. Okay, but it's a perspective. Okay, it's a perspective, and I hope in some way, it makes sense to you. And if it made sense to you in some way, and you're not okay, I apologize. Okay, I totally apologize if in any way, whatever I've shared has been offensive in any way. Okay, so I apologize. It is not meant to create offense in any way. Okay, it is my opinion, not intended to be imposed on anyone. But if you found it educational, if you found it insightful, help me like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so suddenly, all sorts of thoughts come to my mind. Oh no, if you share this and if you share this and somebody else doesn't like me, no more Kampong Kid life. Okay, anyway, so you if this was meaningful, like, share, subscribe, share if you find it appropriate. Okay, but like and subscribe, share if it's appropriate. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your 60 minutes. This has been a different conversational topic. And I'll see all of you next week. In the meantime, take care and stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good time. Happy New Year. Okay, happy, yeah. It's 2 years, 2 days. Yeah. Have an amazing New Year. Okay, don't get too carried away. And I'll see all of you next week. Kampong Kid out.